Okay, and you join me just where we left off. So, next thing I want to be able to do is to go kill the crazy archaeologist. To do that, I will need at least level 40 prayer, as he uses a range attack that you basically have to pray against. You can't just tank it. So the first thing I'm going to do is go get some prayer levels. And whilst I'm doing that, I shall explain some of the more overarching goals and content that I'm restricted from. Okay, so this will be the prayer method. Just going into the boneyard here in the wilderness, picking up big bones, and just running them over to the chaos altar. That's not too far away. Doing a whole inventory at a time. It should only take about an hour or two to get the level. I stole this idea from Settled's Fire Cape speedrun. Completely shamelessly, by the way. So, whilst I level prayer in the background, I mentioned in the last video that I want to go into detail from what I am restricted from and my main objectives with this series. To talk about what I want to do, I first have to explain what I cannot do. I'm not going to mention everything, as there is a lot, so here's the biggest content that I'm restricted from by not doing quests. Herb lore. The entire skill is locked behind the Druidic Ritual quest, so I cannot make my own potions, which will be a big strain on supplies in the future. There are ways around this which I will explore in future videos. Sailing is also seemingly locked behind a quest, which is a major bummer. Would have loved to explore the new skill on this account. Maybe this will change in the future, and I will explore any loopholes on release to see if I can scuff my way into it somehow. But probably not. Areas. I am banned from entering Mauritania, Varlamore, Taranwin, Fossil Island, Sophonim, and Necropolis, Xanaris, Shiloh Village, and most of the Fremnik Isles. So the biggest content here are the 2 raids, Theatre of Blood, and Tombs of Amasket, and the Colosseum, which hurts the most to me, as these pieces of content are some of the best in the entire game. I am also restricted from Barrows and Moons of Peril armor, which is really good mid-game armor. Some of the other bigger things here are Zulrah, so no Blowpipe and Trident of the Swamp, the Black Mask and Slayer Helm, the Ancient and Lunar Spellbooks, the Botha, and the Nezi Helm. There are more, but the rest are not as important. Other misc things include the Piety Prayer, Barrow's Gloves, the Demonbane weapons, the Dwarf Cannon, Oathplate armor, being unable to equip most dragon weapons, Virtus Robes, the upgraded Dagonoth rings, Torva armor, Ava's Accumulator, and the biggest two in my opinion, the Amulet of Accuracy, and not needing to pay 10 GP tax anytime I want to pass through the Alcarid Gate. I fucking hate taxes. So with all that out of the way, what's left? The biggest goal I want to achieve is obviously the Inferno Cape, one of the biggest accomplishments most players can achieve. I also want to tame all the best in slot items I can acquire, which will include a list on screen of what these items are. You may have noticed that I included God Wars in this list, which is a weird one, as usually you would need to partially complete the Troll Stronghold quest to be able to enter Trollheim to get into the God Wars dungeon. Since the inclusion of combat achievements, it's actually possible to attain enough combat points to use the Gommel's Hill to teleport straight to the God Wars dungeon without needing to complete any of these quests. It just bypasses the quest requirement, which is banging. So another goal of mine is to try and achieve the highest combat achievement points possible. If there's anything you think I missed, let me know in the comments. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I know my way around the wiki, but there's a good chance I've missed something. With all that boring rubbish explained, you should hopefully know some of my long-term goals, and then all the short-term goals I'll bring up at the time. Now, back to the grind. That's 37 prayer, finally unlocked an iconic overhead, protect from magic. Only a few more levels to go before I get protect range. Alright, this should hopefully be the last inventory. And level 40 prayer. I can now use protect from missiles. Great, now I can go kill that crazy archaeologist. And hopefully steal his fedora. That's the only item I want from him after all. The crazy archaeologist is one of 4 demi-bosses in the wilderness. The other 3 are Scorpia, the Chaos Fanatic, and the Chaos Elemental. Apart from the Chaos Elemental, they each drop one piece of 2 different shields that I want. The Odium and Malediction Ward. I want to obtain each piece of these shields as they're some of my best in slot items. The Crazy Archaeologist also drops other gear I want, such as the Rune Crossbow, the Amulet of Power, the Red Dragon High Top, his Fedora, and other resource drops such as prayer pots. Quick rundown of this boss is that he will throw a ranged projectile at you, a book, and a special attack of an exploding book. He's much like a Redditor, spouting a fedora, yelling old references, and demands your respect, whilst also gatekeeping his sight. Also, if you're not careful, his exploding book attack can kill you in one hit, so make sure to dodge it. Right, now let's get those drops. Right, I think it's about time I charge the scepter. Takes 1,000 to charge it. And then I got 500 extra to actually use it. Using 1 ether per cast. Time to throw this bad boy at the Deranged Archaeologist and see how much I can hit it for. Alright, here we go. First kill. In a bit of a weird spot. Oh, never mind. I can't kill him. That stupid little symbol means someone's been here before and attacked him. I won't get any loot for it. That's hot worlds. Okay, that was his special attack. Throws out a bunch of explosives that then ricochet into more explosives, and they hit hard. I don't want to be hit by that. Other than that, all his other damage can be mitigated through prayer. I shall just do that. He says Rain of Knowledge, that's when he's doing it. It's pretty easy to dodge. Like that. Just have to make sure about these extra ones that come out. There we go. Right, that's 2 combat achievements. Those are the first I've done so far, and I will be needing to do as many of these as possible. Onyx bolt tips, nice. Okay, so the goal I want to get is some monk robes for some prayer bonus. We forgot how prayer drains when wearing nothing that provides prayer bonus. So I shall grab some now. So I could just at the top of these ladders here, and I can grab a free set. But I'm probably just going to hop a couple worlds to make sure I get enough of these. Also heading into Ardoon here to pick up some prayer symbols here. These can be strung and blessed for a good amount of prayer bonus. This will prevent even further prayer drain. Oh, I got a crafting level from getting the walls of wool I needed to spring these. That's fun. Okay, I've just remembered that wines are a thing that you can just purchase from this guy. I have no idea why I wasn't getting these before. They're such a good healing item, way better than cakes, and makes no difference to magic. I'm going to buy a few of these now and use them. God, I wish I lived in a world where wine cost 1 coin. Crazy. Nice, that's a first kill wearing this gear. I think it works really well. I'm not really any less accurate wearing the monk robes over the salad robes. And I'm able to prayer flick okay enough. Yep, and that's kill number 10, so that is a combat achievement. I'm not going to show all kills from this onwards now because not all the kills are that interesting, but I'll show you anything that has any interesting drops or more combat achievements. I keep getting Onyx bolt tips from this guy. It's actually really good because they're really good for just money. I don't need a lot, but It's nice to have, really. Ow. Ow. Oh, no, he died, mate. Oh. Muddy key. I didn't even know he dropped this. That's interesting. From my understanding, it's like a chest in the wilderness that you can open and get some rewards for. I had to look into what you can get from that. So, the Muddy Key unlocks the Muddy Chest, which is located in the Lava Maze. It drops a few resources, some runes, mithril bar and uncut ruby, not the best, as well as some wilderness supplies. But it does have a chance to drop a Laren's Key, which is great. So not the best of things, but I will be opening these in the future. Alright, that's 25 kills. Keep going. Ooh. Tasty, that was very early. I will happily take that, thank you. Oh, another one. That's... What is my luck? That's so silly. I genuinely love how this looks on my character. I'm not really a massive fan of this hat, but oh my god, this looks insane. Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that. Oh. Shit. Oops. Alright, I'm back after my death. It turns out when you die, no matter what, you lose your charges in the scepter. So that was just minus like 1,500 ether for me, which sucks. But you know, I'm gonna get more in them eventually, so it's not too big a deal. But let's get back to it. Nice. So this is one of the drops I wanted. It's nothing huge, but it will be really nice to have going forward for when I want to do some future content with range. I don't know where I can get better ones. Really died there. Where I can get better range gear from. But for now, this will be really helpful. Oh, interesting. Dragon arrows. I probably am never going to be able to use these, but that's an interesting drop nonetheless. If you've watched RuneScape videos before, you may have noticed that I'm not really using any plugins during this series. And that's because I find them quite intrusive and disruptive to the viewing experience. But please bear in mind that if I do feel like I need to use plugins in the future, they will absolutely be as minimal as possible to be as least disruptive. I'm not actually that good at this game, so there are going to be some plugins that I'm going to be using, but I will make sure that they don't end up looking like the Techno Miner, which is a bit much. Oh, yes! Nice. Finally got some. Nice level magic. A level of 64 coming in. Okay, looks like I've finally nearly run out of charges of ether, so I'm going to start breaking down some of these bracelets for more to recharge with. Yeah, that'll do for now. Not gonna break down all of them, just in case for when I go back to the Revenant Caves. I've still got a couple in the bank, either to charge for the weapon in the future, and just for the reduced damage from the Revenants in case I lose any more. Oh, 65 magic and I'm nearly dying again. Another fedora? Okay. Oh, and that's another hit points level. Okay, and this will be kill number 200 coming in here. Honestly, I really like this boss. He's so chill. You can just sit here and just count range and occasionally move back and forth for the special attack. And I'm never worried about PKs. I am never worried. It's really nice. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Huh. Okay, completely useless, but I will like to collect those. Oh, there we go. One of the shards. I was wondering when I was going to get this. Honestly, a little bit before drop rate. That's just my luck. Crazy. Oh, that looks so good in the bank. It's the first time I've ever gotten this drop before in this game. This will make the Odium Ward, which will be my best in slot ranging shield, or offhand, for the foreseeable future. Maybe even this entire account. Unless I ever get the Twisted Buckler. We'll see. There is the Malediction Shard, which makes the mage equivalent of this, but it won't actually be best in slot for me. Actually, the Mage's Book from the Mage Training Arena over here. No, not the Mage Arena, which is a mini quest. I'm talking Mage Training Arena. Yeah, don't get confused. I do all the time. There's quite a few items in here that will be very good for me going forward. There's the Mage's Book, my best in slot offensive offhand for maging. There's the Infinity Robes, which will be some of the best mage equipment I can get for the foreseeable future. And there is also the Master Wand, which is a really good staff / wand, but it won't be the Famaran Scepter for most content at the moment. Considering that I still would like to do more of the Archaeologist over here, I'm going to go get that book now, take a little break from him, just so I can get more efficient kills, as well as when I move on to Scorpia. So, starting off with a nice and healthy, nearly 1.5 million. This is all going to be gone in momentarily because I need a lot of runes. Okay, I'm going to say that's enough. My poor little heart can't take just how much money I spent on those runes. But that is absolutely worth it to achieve best in slot. Okay, I'm finally here. And this is great. It's not a quest or anything like that, so I can safely do this with no problem. Mage Training Arena is a magic-based minigame, which is based around 4 utility magic spells from the standard spellbook: Telekinetic Grab, Alchemy, Enchanting, and Bones to Bananas? Sure. There are 4 rooms based on each spell. You have the Telekinetic Grab room, where you have to use the spell to bring a statue to your direction in order to complete a maze. You get points and go to the next room once you bring it to this square. The Enchanting room uses the enchanting spell to turn a random assortment of objects into the orb, which you then throw down this hole for extra runes. The Alchemy room requires you to find items in cupboards, which is then alched into cash. The cash is then exchanged into your points. Each item costs a different amount of coins, which changes every so often. The Graveyard room is based on the Bones to Banana spell, where you turn bones into bananas. Collect an inventory and throw them down the food chute to get your points. And that's the minigames in a nutshell. Time to spend an egregious amount of time here and to get my book. I'm just gonna head on over here and just start blasting away at this. No. Don't drop them. But the deposit, that's right. It's not just using them that you need to. That's it. Yes, there we go. So I will want to be dodging because I want to be using as little bananas as possible. Aha! Paying attention a little bit does matter. I remember before there being horrific delay in this route, and it being just the least amount of fun. But already I'm noticing the changes that they made a little while back are just crazy good. Being able to avoid this damage, and there being no delay on casting and dropping things off. This is so much better. This is going to go so much quicker than I actually anticipated. Okay, the only downside I'm seeing of this room at the moment is just the amount of spam clicking that's required. Slow down the pace of my clicks here, as I'm like not even like 5 minutes into this, and I already feel like I'm getting RSI. Gotta look after your bones. Alright, I'm gonna lock in now, and just keep going until I have enough points. I don't remember exactly how many I need, but I'll quickly look that up and only check in when something interesting happens. Okay, so I've basically got this down to an exact science now. I moved over to this bone pile as it's the closest bone pile to a food chute from what I can tell here. And then I collect enough bones exactly to this inventory slot. And then that gives me a full inventory of bones every time I use the spell. And I need to do that until I get 500 pizzazz points. Oh, nice. And that's my first magic level here coming through. Level 66. Likely to get a lot more as well. Okay, and that's halfway for the pizzazz points I need for the Mage's Book. Honestly, I'm actually really enjoying this. I've really got into a little groove, and it's not too click intensive. Just timing my clicks here. Yeah, really enjoying it. Okay, looks like I'm just about to get 500 pizzazz points here. Honestly, this went a lot quicker than expected. The changes that they made are really good. And there we go, that's 500. See what I get? Yeah, again, not a ton of runes, but super helpful. Saves me a ton of money in the future. And now I'm going to move on to the telekinetic room. I've already done this enough to know how to do it without plugins, so I'm just gonna carry on and do them without plugins. It's really not that difficult, guys. If you're someone that uses plugins all the time, I really would suggest just stop using them. Seriously, use your brain for once. Hey, and 67 magic. That's good. Now I can finally use the other alchemy spell. Nice. That's another level. This room is actually honestly such good XP. Gotten 2 levels just in this room, which is more than the last room. And I'm only 300 points into the 1,000 that I need to get, so I'm going to be here a while, but I still really like this room, even though it's technically the worst. Nice. Oh, wow, I've been at this a long time. I just got the message. That means I've been playing for 5.5 hours. You get automatically logged out if you've been logged in for more than 6 hours. So yeah, that's a long time. I'm also about to get a level soon as well. Just a couple more casts here. And there we go, level 70 magic. And only 100 more points to go. This shouldn't take too much longer now. I surely don't have a lot left now. Probably only a couple more minutes. Just need to get this and one more. Need to be able to do the next one in like, what, like maybe 30 seconds? Ah, clicked too early. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, I'm so close. Don't kick me out now. I've done it! Right. And that was nearly all my stack of runes as well. And now I just let the game kick me out in like, what, like maybe a couple more seconds or something? That was really close. And there we go, disconnected. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the Alchemist room. Only need, I think, like 250 points for this, so this should be a lot quicker, hopefully. So how this room works is all of these cupboards hold a different item, and they all randomly change in value to what they alch to in terms of money. And then the money that you're making in the alch is the points that you're making. So at the moment, Adamant Kite Shield is the highest value, but also there's another mechanic where if there's an arrow here, I get to alch this for free, so this uses no runes. So this will save me money in the long run, as I will not need as many runes. Oh, nice, and that's 72! Okay, and that should be enough points here for me to get the book. Brilliant, yep, 555, that's more than enough. Oh, and a cheeky level 73 magic as well. So only one more room left to do now for the book here, and I'm gonna get to it. Okay, now it's time to make a move on the enchanting room. If I remember correctly, yep, you get a stack of all these different items, cubes, icosahedron, are you sure, whatever that is, the cylinder pile, and you get a bonus anytime, bonus points anytime you alch the item in the bonus section here. So it's best to focus on that and enchant with the highest spell that you've got. Why I left this one to last, because I knew I didn't have this at the time of starting this grind. And then scattered around the room here, you get these random dragon stones, and these are always going to be worth the max amount of points that's possible. So anytime that these respawn, it's always worth to run around and pick these up. Previously, it used to be pretty much the best method to getting points here was just run around, pick these up, hop worlds, and just repeat. But I don't think that's the case anymore. Oh, and that's a cheeky another level there. I don't know how many levels I've gotten, but safe to say I've been here a while, and probably not actually that bad XP per hour, honestly. Oh, I didn't even notice I've actually all the points I needed to get the Mage's Book. I was just going in the flow there, having a good time. Right, awesome. Let me go get the book. Okay, here we go. All green, love to see it. Confirm Mage's Book. Oh yeah. See what this looks like. Nice little red book off to the side. That looks really nice. So checking the stats out here on the Mage's book. Gives me a 15 increase in both magic attack and defense, as well as magic damage percent increase, which will always increase my max hit by this percentage, which is the best DPS increase that I can get over the attack bonus. It's still therefore better than the Malediction Ward, as it does the same amount, but also gives me slightly more magic attack accuracy, so that would be good against any enemies that have high magic defense. Ended up with far more points than I actually needed. I don't know why I got 1,000 telekinetic points rather than 500. I must have misread these numbers. But I'm going to use that to pick up the Infinity Hat, as this will also give me a magic attack increase. So I will go for it. And there we go, that's a quick and easy 350 graveyard points. Now on to alchemy. Oh, and that's a cheeky 76 magic. Not expecting that. Nearly wrapping up here as well. Only need a few more points. Okay, that should be enough points for 400 now. Here we go. So let me go get my hat. Alright, here we go. One Infinity Hat, please. Give me that. Oh, it's nice. I can't even wear it. Need 25 defense? Alright then. That shouldn't be too hard to get. For the future as well, I do want a rune pouch and the rest of Infinity, even a Master Wand, and of course Bones of Peaches, so I'll be back here in the future to get the rest of the rewards. And yep, that's where I'm leaving the video for today. I'll be continuing the wilderness grind in the next video. With these upgrades, it should be much quicker. I'll be taking on Scorpia next, a much more dangerous enemy, so subscribe and tune in next time to see how that goes. Thanks very much for watching, take care now, bye bye.